inflation is accelerating. If you're following the news in any degree, you've noticed that the public utilities throughout Japan, so the Japanese government gives licenses to several companies, TEPCO, for example, Tokyo Electric, Kyushu Electric, these companies to produce electricity for that region. And they get price caps, they get exclusionary deals to provide this energy. And the Japanese government has authorized them to increase their prices from 14% to 48%, and that will start in June. So if you're in one of those regions, Tokyo is not one, but if you're in one of those regions where your gas prices or your energy prices are going to shoot up 48%, that is going to be a horrendous hit to you. Tokyo, TEPCO, I believe, is the lowest. It's going up 14%. So it has been authorized for a 14% increase. And on that announcement, the shares of TEPCO jumped in just 2 days, 3.9%, and Hokuriku Power jumped 5.8% in the share prices alone. So people see that with these price increases, the price of the shares is going to go up, and they're snapping them up right now. At the same time, food has been up 9% in this same region. The consumer price index without food jumped 3.4%. So compared to last year, the consumer price index minus food is up 3.4%. You might remember that the president of the Bank of Japan previously, Mr. Kuroda, wanted targeted inflation to be at 2%. He was never able to get there. It's always been greater than that. It's currently now at 3.4%, but it really depends on who you're talking to and what they say about statistics. You know, it's generally a far larger number than what's being reported. But the pace of inflation is increasing over the last 2 months. So the food prices, when you just look at food prices, those are increasing 9% versus this time last year. And this is the biggest jump in food prices since 1976. That's a precursor. That tells you something is kind of cooking here. All things are not rosy, even though the stock prices and the opportunities for foreign investors is looking good. Services are up 1.7%. And this is the biggest jump since 1995. So if you've noticed hotels and restaurants, the prices are beginning to jump now, particularly hotels. Their prices have jumped past what it was pre-COVID. And the utilities now, in June, as I mentioned, the seven of Japan's major power companies will increase their prices from 14 to 42%. So not everything is looking great for the prime minister. And we talk about this because the prospect of having a snap election, is it a good time? Is it a bad time? It looks like when you take a look at all of these figures and what's happening with the economy and his approval rating, that you might want to do it sooner rather than later, because the prospects of, food shortages, El Nino, we talked about the recurring about a 7-year pattern. El Nino comes in, it creates havoc with the sea temperature and the currents that carry heat and carry away heat and make things warmer or colder throughout the region. Philippines is getting just hammered with rain, Malaysia as well. There are already things that are going on as a consequence of what they believe is an El Nino year, which is coming at a really horrible time. So if El Nino hits this year, there could be much more rain, and there could be a lot more heat. And with the prices going up, that could be really hurting people, where it counts.